The vast corridors of the Vlok Empire's capital were lined with shimmering gold and platinum. Its towering spires stretched into the dark void of space, a testament to the superiority of the alien race that ruled this sector of the galaxy. But there was one being who had just entered this palace, a creature they had long dismissed as weak and insignificant. Humanity, so far beneath them in their eyes, was often the subject of ridicule at the hands of the Vlok's royal family. Their technology was primitive, their warships laughable, and their military forces nothing compared to the might of the Vlok Empire. So when a human soldier, Captain Jason Carter, was captured during an intergalactic skirmish and brought before their ruler, Empress Rilana, the Vlok royalty couldn't help but laugh. Jason stood tall, despite the chains that bound his arms, looking around the grand hall of the palace, his expression unyielding. Empress Rilana, with her purple scales and regal attire, surveyed him with disdain. The royal court of Vlok watched from their thrones, awaiting the inevitable humiliation of this primitive. "What a pitiable creature," Rilana sneered, her voice dripping with amusement. "How could anyone think a mere human like you could stand against the might of our empire?" Jason's eyes flashed with defiance. "You have no idea what you're dealing with." Her laughter echoed through the hall, and the court followed suit. "Oh, is that so?" Rilana's voice grew cold. "I should have your tongue removed for such insolence." But even in the face of impending punishment, Jason's unwavering gaze never faltered. He knew what the Vlok failed to see, the depths of humanity's potential and the technology they had hidden from the galaxy for centuries. Before Rilana could give her order, one of the royal guards, a hulking alien named Thrax, stepped forward. He loomed over Jason, his massive hand reaching for the human's throat. The court watched, eager for the display of power that would surely follow. But Jason had other plans. With a sudden, brutal motion, he broke free of his chains, his agility surprising even the veteran Vlok soldiers. Before Thrax could react, Jason had grabbed the guard's arm, using the alien's own momentum to throw him to the ground with a brutal slam. The Vlok soldiers were stunned into silence. Rilana's expression darkened. "How dare you? You dare challenge the might of the Vlok?" Jason stood tall, his hands bloody from the struggle, but his confidence unshaken. "You don't know what you've started." With a swift motion, he triggered the hidden device on his wrist. In an instant, the room filled with a hum as a holographic map of the galaxy appeared before them. The Vlok court gasped as they saw a fleet of ships, human warships, old but deceptively powerful, emerging from their hidden location just outside the Vlok Empire's borders. Each ship was equipped with advanced technology the Vlok had never seen, energy shields that could withstand even their heaviest firepower. "This is the true might of humanity," Jason said, his voice echoing through the hall. "The technology you dismissed as primitive is far more dangerous than you realize." As the Vlok watched in stunned silence, Jason activated the fleet. The ships engaged their engines, and within moments, the Vlok palace shook as their advanced sensors detected the approach of human warships. Hundreds of them. The Vlok had underestimated their enemy, assuming humans were too weak to mount any real resistance. Rilana's confidence faltered as she rushed to the control console, trying to activate her own fleet's defense systems. But it was too late. The human fleet had already taken position, and with a single command from Jason they fired. Energy blasts, so powerful they tore through the Vlok defense shields, streaked across the sky, obliterating the fleet in a matter of minutes. Rilana watched in horror as her empire's strongest warships crumpled under the might of the human fleet. Her voice trembled with disbelief. "How? How could this happen? You're just humans." Jason smiled grimly, his eyes never leaving the Vlok Empress. "You thought we were weak. But we've been watching, learning, and waiting for the right moment. You were too arrogant to notice." The Vlok court was now silent, their previous laughter replaced by a cold, nervous tension. The room was filled with the hum of the human warship's engines as they prepared for the next strike. Rilana, once so confident in her empire's dominance, now faced the consequences of underestimating humanity. The human soldier she had thought of as no more than a curiosity had just delivered the blow that shattered the very foundation of her empire. You thought this was a game, Jason said, his voice filled with cold resolve. But now you know. Never underestimate humanity. As the palace crumbled around them, R'hllana and her court realized too late that their laughter had been the sound of their own doom. Humanity had arrived.